Crime are children. Nearly 1 out of every 4 violent crime victims is a child between the ages of 12 and 17. And many victims are even younger than that. In tonight's Eye on America, Bob McNamara reports on children living and dying with crime.
Summer in the housing projects of New Orleans. A tough time and a troubled place to be a kid.
It's dangerous.
They shoot too much. Other people get shot. Little bitty children.
Nobody can do nothing about it.
One boy's call for help has made headlines. This spring, 9-year-old James Darby wrote the president.
Dear Mr. Clinton, he said, I want you to stop the killing in the city. I think somebody might kill me.
Just 9 days later, James Darby was dead, the victim of a drive-by shooting.
James's message has gotten through to people in a way that other messages haven't gotten through.
Dr. Joy Osofsky designed the Violence Intervention Project to help children like James Darby learn to deal with violence in daily life.
How could that happen to a little child? You never really think something like that will happen.
In reality, it happens far too often. Children, in one way or another, lose their lives to violence. Most of them live in places like this, and most of the time, they are left to cope on their own.
Get away from it all in beautiful Cancun, Mexico.
Alana Jones, 9 years old, watches television to escape her worries.
Do you think you're a happy kid?
I think I'm a sad kid.
Her father's unsolved murder 10 months ago has made Alana afraid to leave the apartment.
What worries you when you go outside?
Somebody snatches me or kills me and stuff.
It is a common side effect in a country fighting an epidemic of violent crime. Many children not only lose people they love, they lose their freedom, their chance to grow up without fear.
They're being exposed to things before their time and having to deal with it and not having the resources to deal with it.
Torrin Sanders heads the city's Loss and Survival Team, a program helping kids cope with the grief and isolation of urban violence.
If that's not dealt with as children, they grow up to be teenagers and adults who are going to act out on those same violent messages and same violent things that they've seen.
What kind of a guy was he?
He was a nice person.
At age 11, Fresnel Robinson has been devastated by his older brother's murder a few months ago.
Fresnel cries a lot. Fresnel talks of hatred. When you take that one person's life, you rip the whole family apart.
Part of his mother's grief is recognizing that the killing has forever changed the lives of all her children.
They don't have time to grow up. They don't have time to even have a childhood.
Killing one another. Killing one another.
They have written a rap about killing one another because it is what they know. In 2.5 years,
Who shot him down?
Tanisha and Takara Morris have lost their brother and their father to random murder.
Killing one another.
Gee, what do you think the world is coming to?
An end.
The end? Why do you say that?
Because a lot of people getting killed and stuff. It'd be hard to grow up.
They are ordinary kids caught in a crime wave and coping as well as they can. But here, every sign of hope seems countered by another killing that destroys another childhood and creates another child, unable to go on, unable to go out, and afraid to grow up. In New Orleans, Bob McNamara for Eye on America.